Carmony, how far are you?
So far we've got one puree, we're getting our tamarind aubergine guys going. We've got our apricot sweet puree thing on the go.
Yes.
Odds is almost done with that second rack of lamb, and our loins are ready to go. The marinade is in them already.
So you've got the lamb shank in already in the pressure cooker?
We're going to do a deconstructed lamb shank, obviously off the bone, rolled into a sausage, chopped into little discs, pan fried, so you get the crunch and the flavor as well.
And in the puree, what went to peas and what else?
Peas and lime.
Pea and lime, chef.
Peas and lime.
Isn't that colour amazing?
Bright green, yes.
Yeah, just bring out a bit of colour on the plate, you know, like nice greens or oranges will look good and accentuate our dish. So, yeah.
And the crunch element in your dish?
Yeah, we're doing a sweet potato croquette, which I forgot about.
I saw you sipping on the wine. Any changes there?
We're considering changing our wine from the Chenin.
And why the doubt with the Chenin?
Personally, I think our group is a little bit split. Some of us believe that white meat with white wine, and other people believe that red wine with red meat. So we'll decide. We'll make that decision soon. Personally, I think that it's a very old rule that red meat and red wine need to go together.
Gents, so what's been going on in teams? Pete?
You know, they're playing to their strengths. Whether or not it's going to be enough, I don't know, but I think they'll finish. I think it'll be a very colourful plate, and it'll certainly be tasty.
Pete, I do like the fact that they're actually doing a raw component of the carpaccio. They've seared some of that fillet, and then they've actually gone into the result. So they're doing 3 different preparations with the colourful root vegetables. Sounds like if it all comes together, it can be a magnificent dish. The blue team, Benny?
Blue team seem to be on track. They've got people in different departments. Aussie doing the lamb. The shank, they got it in early, so that is vital so that it gets cooked. They've made a nice mint and lemon puree, and they're also pureeing, I think, butternut.
Okay.
And what they've done is they've carried that whole Malay thing through. They've got papadums there that are gonna...
I saw that, cutting neat little strips. That would be kind of nice
but
texture.
They're not sure whether they're gonna put it on or not. The wines, they're not sure. They might change. They haven't made that call. Carmini was the one that's gonna make the call, but they haven't made that call yet, so that's interesting to find out whether at the end, I think maybe they're gonna taste everything else and see which one pairs well with the wine, and then decide on which one they're gonna use.
Well, you have a very colourful and a very beautiful looking plate, I have to say. It looks very appetising. So the Brewmaster, very sort of traditional red wine blend. Are you happy with the wine?
Definitely. We were set on Brewmaster. We tried it with all the food, and no, we definitely think we've made the right choice on the wine.
You have judges who are going to look at this plate in every element to make sure that it all works perfectly. And I hope your dish stands up to it, guys.
Thank you so much, Chef.
Make sure you get everything on the plate. 5 minutes remaining.
Most of our plating is done. We're actually tidying up the edges and making sure that all the elements are the same size.
We need to put the wine on the table, eh?
Oh, do we?
Yeah. My teammates were discussing the wine pairing and what was suitable.
I would have gone for the Rhone style red blend.
Carmony, we left it up to us, and she had the personal masterclass.
We decided to go with the Anchorman, which is the Chenin Blanc.
I'm just hoping that what we've chosen today is gonna pair up well with the dish. You don't normally associate white wine with red meat.
I hope that they see the complexity in the flavors that we tried creating between the different cuts of lamb.
On a whole, I'm really happy with the outcome of our dish. I hope it fits into the international judging criteria.
Hi, chefs. Today, the blue team has presented lamb done 3 ways with a Dutch East India inspiration. We've got a lamb shank, a lamb loin, and a lamb rack, done French style. There's an apricot puree. There's an aubergine pickle with a lot of tamarind and other spices. There's also a pea and lemon sauce. On the side, you'll also see a potato croquette. It's a sweet potato croquette with a bit of cinnamon and a bit of coconut milk. The wine we decided to pair it with is the Anchorman Chenin Blanc. It's a very crisp white wine, perfect for today's weather. It's also got a lot of those fruit elements that we've got on the plate. I think it'll also work quite nicely with the spices because you're going to have lots of spice and then something really cooling at the end. Hope you enjoy it.
What I like about the blue team's plate, their presentation is really, really good. And that's what I keep on saying about presentation. Keep it neat and simple.
The cake is nice, like a nice flavour.
Curry, pickle stuff, very good. It's got nice flavour, nice aromas to it.
The apricot is like jammy though.
I must say the chutney alone, it's got that sour burst to it, but with the shredded lamb shank, it goes wonderful. Eh?
What fascinated me the most is that they incorporated all the cooking methods. They braised the lamb shank, they deep fried the croquettes, they grilled the loin, you know, they roasted the rack of lamb.
The lamb, I think, was almost spot on.
Yeah. And don't you think it's like 3 different dishes on one plate?
I think it's clean. I think it was tasty. I think the flavors complemented each other. I think they worked in harmony, and I think the pairing with the wine was pretty much spot on.
I originally thought that there was a bad choice of wine, that I thought the Malay side of it works, and I think good call to stay with the Shannon, definitely.
See, that's where the masterclass with Razvan came into play.
Thank you.
I'm ecstatic to present our dish to the South African culinary team. It's given us an opportunity to plate something which is completely different to all of our styles of plating.
Good afternoon, chefs. Today I have for you a plate that represents a cultural heritage throughout South Africa. We have a pumpkin meat still section of it with some asparagus. The sauce needs to go over that, so that's the sauce aspect of the pumpkin meat. And then we also have a risole that's stuffed with some ostrich. And then we have a ostrich wrap with some cream cheese in the middle of that, and then we have a pea puree that runs through the plate, and then a few veggies for you as well. We have chosen the Brewmaster. The reason why we chose this wine is because it's a full-bodied wine, but also the flavors that pairs with it is something that's a bit sweet and sort of mellow, not too spicy. So that's why we've decided to pair it with our dish today. Thank you, chefs. Enjoy.
Andrew, what do you think of the presentation and the colour on the plate?
Look, I think they've really gone out on a limb here. They've really gone for the presentation factor.
There's lovely colours to it. They've done a little square of butternut with which their little roll of ostrich sits on. The difference between the two teams, I didn't see anybody in the red team seasoning or tasting anything.
They've put so much effort into the presentation and the colour, which I think is better than the previous. They've looked at colour and shape and texture and design, but flavour is missing.
Yes. A little bit of salt and pepper will go a long, long way in a plate like this.
The filling to the result is divine, actually. This is good. They've cooked everything to the proper degree.
The wine works very nicely.
Yes.
Watch how the judges, they taste food and they taste the wine, and they agree that the wine is the right choice with that ostrich.
It's a safe pairing. There's nothing on that plate that's going to work against the Bordeaux blend.
The wine pairs well with the dish.
Wine was good. I mean, wine went with everything.
Each member of our judging panel today used a score sheet based on the one used at the Culinary Olympics. We've tallied the scores. From that tally, we've obtained an average. Those scores were based on presentation, preparation, use of ingredients, taste, and pairing of the wine.
It's really tough. We're not used to such judging.
Very, very stressful, but I really hope our combination and wine pairing is going to do the job.
Those average scores are 74 and 63.
Whoa, that's a big difference.
I feel incredibly responsible for my team and for the outcome. If we don't make it through, I'll definitely have a heavy heart.
And with a winning score of 74, Blue team, you have won this Heritage Team Challenge.
I feel amazing!
All that bit of doubt that I placed on the wine choice was sort of washed completely away.